Alright, so I guess this is first video of this series, like I don't know what to call it, like basically a music log, I guess. Just kind of keeping track of everything I'm doing. I suppose music will probably be the focus. So whether guitar or production or vocals, whatever I've focused on for that day, you know. Um, so whether it's, practicing or recording. So for today, I recorded some guitar for one of our band songs, one of the Elephant Apostle tracks that we're working on with MC Sneaker. Yeah, I just worked on some rhythm guitar, some lead guitar bits. Mostly what I did with it was I once I heard Sneaker's verse, that was the sort of inspiration for me to go ahead and record some guitar for it, because I mean, the dude is great. I mean, his rapping is insane, and by the way, also bilingual like myself. So we actually have three languages on that track, with me and him both doing doing our primarily both in English, and then I have a couple of bars that I wrote in Afrikaans, and he's got a couple that he wrote in Spanish. So that actually that actually works out pretty nicely. So it sounds pretty cool. But he has this little singing piece that he does that the melody really caught my ear, and I was like, oh shit, it would sound so sick if I doubled that. So I just played along to the melody that he sang. So what it came out as, just make sure I've got the right patch on here. Yeah. So basically, what it came out was, it's like so that's the melody that he sang, right? So I went along and I learned it, and I doubled it. I added it to the track. And then what I also did when I was messing around with it was I kind of came up with this little clean bit also based on that same melody. So you've got your, and I made like just this little simple like power chord rhythm that was like, just looping that, just repeating that same little motif over and over, and not doing the bit on the rhythm. Just kind of letting it harmonize, I guess, when he gets there, but also repeating it throughout my verse and my second hook section, which also leads me to the next thing that I did, which was a little guitar solo, which was based on that vocal melody as well. So all the guitar parts that were added to this song were based on that vocal that Sneaker sang. But I messed around with it a little bit more for the solo. So I guess it's kind of like a little bit of a Kurt Cobain kind of influence, I guess, just taking the main vocal melody in the song and turning it into a little guitar solo, you know. Like how like how Kurt did the load up on guns, Like he took that and he turned that into the guitar solo. So yeah, I basically did something kind of like that, where I went. And then it goes. Something like that, I think. Yeah, but it's cool because the song is like a drum and bass hip hop kind of song. But then I added those guitar parts, the clean part to me. The clean part to me kind of sounds like maybe like what popped into my mind was Talking Heads, with that clean tone, and especially because I layered it like one with more of like a strum to it, like a and then another layer that was like. I don't know, to me, that's just what the sound that it made me think of was Talking Heads for some reason. Yeah. And then it just had like an interesting to me, like filling in certain rhythmic spaces that were left open and added like a nice harmonic texture. But I do have a tendency to kind of like overplay. Like I don't know if it's like something like a holdover from being a drummer where it's like I want to fill spaces with like notes, I guess. But maybe it was meant to be left open. But I leave that decision up to Rob usually. He he'll work subtractively with what I give him. Since he's pretty much usually like taking the lead on production. So I would rather hand him too much material than too little, so he can cut whatever he wants, and like he can delete every track that I give him. That's fine. Eventually we'll find something, but usually it doesn't come down to that. I don't think it's ever come down to that. But I'm saying if it did, it would be fine. I'd come up with something else, I guess. Yeah, so that's what I did today. Recorded guitar for that track. Next will probably be guitar for another track that we've previously worked on that I had also recorded a solo for. Been in a guitar mood lately. And also I'm hoping these logs will sort of encourage me to keep working on guitar or whatever music, so so that I'll have something to record and post. But the next thing that I'll be doing is I'll be working on fixing a guitar solo from another song that we're working on that's going to be released soon too. That one was also sort of like much like this one, was an improvised guitar solo, but it came out a lot less clean, I guess, because this was, I mean, okay, so this one wasn't fully improvised, so I guess that's why it was cleaner. Because this one was based off Sneaker's melody that he sang. That one was fully improvised. Like, I just clicked record and just went for it. And I did my usual, like, Tony Iommi kind of thing where you've got one guitar track and another one playing two, I guess you could say, separate but related solos. And you have them playing at the same time. That's my usual go-to thing. I didn't do that for this song, by the way. This one, because I had like a pretty like set melody for the most part that I just played around with, I did it run through once, improvised like this little bit. Okay, it's the wrong key, but that part, I made that up. Like, I made that up while I was just like going for the solo, you know. I had learned it as the vocal melody. That's how I learned it. But when it came time for the solo, I decided to embellish it, especially at the end of the phrase. It was mostly, I did the, and the other one was nothing fancy, just little simple embellishments instead of the yeah. Oh, and then I added the bit afterwards. That was the first run through improv, and then I just listened to it back. It was easy enough to recreate. So the double track was, I just played along to it, recreated it the same, and there you go. That's the solo for that song. But the other one is my more usual way of the two solos. Instead of a double track that's perfectly synced, same solo played twice, it's two different solos that are playing off each other. Hopefully they are communicating with each other. But usually that's more of an improvised thing that I do. The first run improvised, second one is sort of like listening to the first one, filling in spaces, harmonizing here and there. Just responding to the first one, I guess. But the thing is that I had done that, but because it's like an improvised thing, sometimes there's like a bum note here or there, you know. And usually what I'll do is I'll try to just do the thing where it's like, oh, you hit a wrong note. That might be the wrong note, but that could be the right note, you know. So the concept of every wrong note has a correct note on either side of it, combined with the concept that repetition legitimizes. So if you keep insisting on that wrong note, it can kind of become like a recognizable part of the melody, you know, that at first it's like, what? And then the second time around it's like, oh, there it is again, right? And the third time it's like, right, they start to expect it. I didn't quite hit that. I think I hit the sort of correcting from one note to the note next to it. I got that bit right, but I didn't repeat it enough. So I should have hit this motion a couple more times throughout the solo, just to make it like seem like I meant to do it, you know. I didn't think of that in the moment, so it has a bit of an awkward quality to it. Rob described it as too blue. Like, it doesn't sound like an intentional dissonance, because it wasn't. I just didn't fix it properly in the improv, which hopefully I'll get right in a future solo. But I think I've got some ideas. I've got some ideas for how I can fix it. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it next time. I'll probably talk about the plan that I came up with originally of how to fix it with like a punch in, and then the second one being more of an overhaul. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow what I decide to do. Yeah, I guess that's all for what I did. Yeah, I had some things that came to mind that I thought I'd probably talk about, but I don't think I ever got there. I just kind of went on a whole other ramble. Like, I can actually see something that I was actually thinking of. This is one of the things I thought I'd mention. Footstool, right? Right? Footstool. Yeah. I think I might start using this. Yeah, I've been having problems with like posture in my back. And so I bought that footstool for my dad actually, because he started playing too. He's playing in classical, so I thought it was appropriate. Turned out he had one, so just took it back, and it's been lying around here ever since. And when I was recording that solo and the rhythm part, actually, it's kind of awkward. Like, I had like this weird like posture with my feet on the ground, kind of like anchoring myself, and the guitar, like, it just wasn't good. Especially because with this fucking cable that I've got, I guess I've had it for too long. If I move too much, which happened a lot because I'm kind of like feeling the song as well, but I'm unsteady too because of the way I'm perched on my talons like that. So I should actually replace that cable so it doesn't make a bunch of noise if I move around like I was. But what it also made me think was I should probably learn a more stable posture, stable position, stable pose for when I'm playing, practicing, recording, whatever. So I should use this, but I don't know. I'm in that like electric guitar habit. Like, I play like this. This is how that's where I've always been. So should I be taking this footstool under my right foot here? Doesn't feel bad actually. I don't like that. That's not how you do it. That's not how you repeat to legitimize. That's wrong. But yeah, that doesn't feel bad. But that's not the right way to use a footstool, is it? Because if you're a classical guy, you play like this, right? I think this is how I do it. Maybe, I mean, this guitar shape isn't made for this necessarily, but maybe if I do it with the strap. See, I don't like. It's basically just hanging on my shoulders. Maybe I can learn. You know what? Maybe I can make this higher. Probably let's bring this up to its max. Let's bring that up to maximum height. All right. Ooh, that's not bad. I don't know. Can I play like this? Should probably learn some scales, right? This isn't bad actually. I don't love it. I mean, I guess the whammy isn't too affected. I've been on a whammy kick lately. I've been playing a lot of whammy since I put this thing back on. That's maybe a little bit more how you repeat to legitimize. I think I got it a little bit closer that time. Yeah, this isn't actually bad. Under the left foot, more of a classical style. I think this might be less harmful on my wrists too, because that's another problem. I need to learn proper technique. I've never had a single guitar lesson in my life, so I have a feeling my technique is going to cause me a lot of problems in the future if I don't sort that out. So I'm kind of on a mission to like learn proper technique. I guess that also relates to the fact that I want to like fix my health and body structure in general, you know. Get some exercise, get a routine of healthy eating, whatever. Hopefully I can, you know, channel all of that in the same direction and do it with this too. But yeah, I think that's it for tonight. It's probably like almost 2-3 a.m. by now. So I think that's enough. Yeah, that's me, Esho. Out. Peace.